Hi, y'all. It's Charlie Daniels, and you're listening to my buddy Michael Berry. Sounds pretty good, doesn't he?
Charlie Daniels is not pushing a book, not selling a CD. He's not trying to fill up a concert. He's not in a movie he wants you to go see. He's just Charlie by God Daniels. In my pantheon of great Americans, my pantheon of dudes that I just want to sit around and drink a beer and go about halfway through when I start slurring. So tell me, when you were writing The Devil Went Down to Georgia, did you know you were going to be like the most awesome dude ever? Do you remember the Saturday Night Live skit where Chris Farley plays the character and he's like, who is it? Is it Paul McCartney he meets? I think it's Paul McCartney, and he just asks him the most stupid questions because he's such a big fan. You know, some of my friends give me grief because there are only a couple of people out there. Hank Jr., Charlie Daniels, only a couple people out there that I can't even attempt to be professional because I am such a big fan. Charlie Daniels at the top of that list. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I don't know if I can follow that introduction or not, partner. How
Listen,
you doing?
don't say anything you cannot improve on what I just said. Just sit there and be Charlie Daniels, and I'll tell everybody, y'all can't hear him, but on the other end of the line, it's Charlie Daniels. I mean, just think of how much joy he has given you in your life through the course of your life, and it's just breathe it in. The greatness that is Charlie
friend.
Daniels.
I really appreciate that, and it's a pleasure to be back on your show again, buddy.
I saw you last. I've talked to you on the air since then, but I saw you last at Sean Hannity's Freedom Concert here in Houston about 2-3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife came from India, and she'd heard your music around the house because I have a little rigged up system through the house, and I play my country music on the weekends, and I listen to the classics. Anything post 1980, I don't listen to. Of course, a couple of yours and Hank Jr. slip in there that are in the 80s and later, but mostly pure classic stuff, your early stuff. And she didn't know that much about you, and I had emceed a part of it, and then I went and took my seat, and you were about 15 feet from us. And my wife, who knew nothing about you came out and absolutely stole the show. It was a pretty good cast of folks that were coming through, and you started burning that fiddle up. It was amazing. And she said to me, she goes, I mean, I'm in the presence of greatness, and that's somebody that didn't grow up listening to your music.
Oh, wow. You just make me feel better and better.
And if you saw her, she's smoking hot. I mean, you'd really be excited that, probably not the first time a smoking hot woman has been really into you, but I'm just saying.
Well, you never have too many of those,
You never have too many of those. You never have too many of those. So for people that haven't seen you in a while, what are you up to these days?
Well, as I speak to you, I'm in Las Vegas. We're doing 2 nights here, the last 2 nights in National Finals Rodeo here with New Orleans Casino Hotel. And going home next week, have our little Christmas get there, and then head back out again. Head down to Winnie and out to Dodge City, end the year up, take some time off, celebrate Christmas, take some time with the family in January, February, start all over again next February, the end of February.
How many dates a year do you play?
We'll do about 90 to 100, but you add 10 Grand Ole Opry appearances to that, and, the writing we do, the publicity we do, the recording and stuff, and it makes a pretty heavy year for a 75-year-old fat boy, so it's about all I need to do.
But it's what you love to do.
I cannot tell you how thankful I am to my God for letting me spend my life doing something that I really enjoy doing.
Did you say Winnie?
Winnie, yeah.
Winnie, Texas?
Yes, sir.
That's just up the road from me.
That's just up the road.
What are you playing, Nutty Jerry's?
Nutty Jerry's.
Oh, my, what's the date on that?
Oh, it's next Friday night.
Oh, I'm going to be in Africa. But I tell you what, I will post that to the blog and to the website, and we'll send it out on a blast and a Twitter and any other of these sites that I don't even know that don't even exist, but tomorrow they'll be the hot new thing.
Well, I appreciate it, my friend.
We'll tell them.
We're kind of winding the year down a little bit here, but one of the things I heard about Winnie that's going to be, and I cannot remember their names, but one of the ladies that works in the office that day told me that our opening act was going to be a couple of cooks, and I can't remember what their names are, but they legalizing cooking wild meat, I understand.
What?
And I don't know.
Are they going to whip up some? They're going to whip up something wild, right? Some elk and venison and all that stuff right there in front of us?
Evidently, I really don't know. This kind of caught me by surprise. I didn't know. I didn't realize it, and I mean, I didn't. It was not really explained good to me, so I don't really know for sure.
Well,
but
please don't hold this against me. Charlie Daniels is our guest, but I am off to Africa on Sunday for 3 weeks. I'm going on a safari while I'm there, and I fully well intend to eat some endangered species. I don't know what it'll be. Just something that'll drive the liberals crazy. Do you have any? I bet you've eaten some stuff you're not supposed to eat.
I eat that blame thing. Ain't none of nobody's business what I eat, you know? I mean, I am a big believer either you kill something either to eat it or because it is a death blame pest. It's going to tear something up. I got pretty hard on squirrels up around my place this year because we kind of live out in the country. My barn burnt down last January, well, a year ago, this past January. Will be a year this January. And, gosh, the only thing we can figure out is some squirrels got in there and started chewing up the,
There's a reason to call them varmints. It might have been the Nutri-Rats, because Nutri-Rats are just, there's no good use for a Nutri-Rat.
Well, I ain't got no use for a Nutri-Rat anyway.
Target practice for a 22. All right, so there's a squirrel out in the barn, and Charlie Daniels is aggravated, and he's going to take it out. Where is the gun, and what kind of gun do you use for that kind of thing?
Well, I got 22 pump, Remington I like a lot. I got a sweet little pump 410. I didn't know make such a thing until just a while back, but they do. They make a little. It's almost like a. You seen the 22?
Oh yeah.
Pump.
Yeah.
It's the same thing except it's 410 shotgun shell in.
Huh.
And just something like that. But I mean, I didn't want them getting up close to the house, and because I live in a wood house too, I had a wood mine. But the point being, here's the point. You're talking about eating what you want to. What business is it to somebody's? You know what aggravates the hell out of me about these people? These people that are in PETA and these outfits that are so upset about people killing and eating animals are the same dad blame bunch that are all up for killing 1 million babies a year.
Ain't that the truth?
They don't raise their finger to keep anybody from. They would never think of going and picking in an abortion clinic, and yet they want to bother with people about killing animals and eating. God gave us dominion over animals. I don't care what you say.
That's in Genesis. That's straight from God. That's straight from God through Charlie Daniels to me. That I don't think there's a purer line. You're sort of a prophet in the course of my life. So
this came from the boss, the boss man. He said that, the boss, the guy that made it all.
So what's a day in the life of Charlie Daniels? What time do you get up in the morning?
All right, if I was at home all the time, I mean, if I was, I live two different lives. Of course, I'm on the road and I work late at night.
But not like Herman Cain.
Later, but no.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Not that kind of two different lives. But if I was home all the time, I'd probably get up about 4 in the morning because I love the mornings. But on the road, of course, I try to sleep later because I have to stay up later.
All right, so you get up in the morning. You get up in the morning. I'm a fan, so I'm going to ask you a couple questions. So, a hot cup of coffee. But what's the first thing we're going to do there, other than the daily ablutions? What's the first thing you do?
I get up. I make. Believe it or not, I drink tea in the morning. I drink Irish breakfast tea in the morning.
There's nothing wrong with that. I do that too.
No, I mean, I love it. I got addicted to it. I love it. I still like coffee, but I like my tea.
Now, please tell me that you then have an iron skillet. You throw a couple of pieces of bacon that your neighbor just slaughtered. You throw that in there. You take the bacon out, and then the grease fat you use to fry your eggs. Please, Charlie Daniels, tell me that's true.
I would tell you. I would love to tell you that was true, but I would be perfectly honest with you about it. I have to tell you that I had a stroke a couple of years ago, and I have some problems with hypertension, so I have to kind of go easy on that kind of stuff. But I love it. I believe in people eating it. Don't get me wrong. But
I kind of think you have the constitution of a steel bar. I mean, nothing could take Charlie Daniels down.
Oh, I don't know, man. I tell you what, I had a stroke about 20 miles up a snowmobile trail out in Colorado. It was just the grace of God that I had no more damage done than I did.
Where in Colorado?
The Four Corners area, close to Durango.
Yeah, no, I know that area well.
We winter out there.
Can you hold with us for just a moment?
Sure.